Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu students, I am Sabir Hasnain, your science subject teacher from grade 8. In this video lecture, we will discuss further about electricity and energy from chapter number 7. If you remember, in previous videos, we discussed about energy, different types, conversion of energy, law of conservation of energy, Sankey diagram, power supplies, voltage and potential difference, or power supply voltage or potential difference. Later on we discussed about resistors, and then at last we discussed about how to control the flow of current in different electrical devices. Now today our aim is to discuss about electricity in the home. So as we know, many of the appliances at our home, electrical appliances at our home, plug into the socket connected to the main supply. Either that is electric iron, electric kettle, refrigerator. These are the major appliances in our home which are plugged into the socket connected to the main supply. So this main supply, in main supply, definitely the electric current or the electric energy comes from the power stations. So the electricity is actually produced at power stations by using the electricity generators, or we call them AC generators as well. These AC generators actually converts mechanical energy into electrical energy, and then when that electric energy is produced at power stations, then that energy is sent along the power lines to our houses, factories, hospitals, schools, and many other places where the electricity is needed. The electricity company supplies the electricity by two wires to our home or your home. One of the wire is called live wire, and the other wire is called a neutral wire. Live wire is at about 230 volts. This is the voltage of the live wire, and the neutral wire is about at 0 volt. Okay, it's the voltage of the neutral wire, and there are two main difference. Now our aim is to discuss about the differences between the main supply, which comes at your home, used for ACs, electric kettle, refrigerators, television, etc., and the battery as well. So our aim, keep in mind, we are going to discuss the differences between main supply, that electricity come at our home from the power station, to the battery. So number one difference between main supply and the battery. Battery has a fixed voltage. Battery is actually a type of cell, or a battery is used, and it is used in torch, which gives a constant voltage that is about 1.5 volt. So the cells or batteries, they have the fixed voltage. Their voltage will not change. The voltage will not change. But at the same time, if we compare it with the main supply electricity is about 230 volt. And keep in mind, the battery is actually a combination of two or more than two cells. Over there, the voltage of each cell will increase the net voltage of the battery. This is the first difference. Now in the second difference, a battery, as I told you, battery provides a steady or constant voltage. When the voltage is constant, the electricity flows in one direction. That's why it is named as the direct current or DC. Okay, here look at the figure. A DC source, this is representation of a DC source or direct voltage source, or a cell. As I told you, the difference between battery, cell, or the main supply. So DC source is represented by two lines. One is bigger one is the positive, and the smaller one is negative, has a negative plate. Okay, in this case current is constant, number one. Number two, voltage is constant, and current flows in one direction from positive towards the negative. So in this case, look in the figure for the current always remain constant whenever we use it. There is no increase or no decrease in the current. That's why it's called direct current. While when we use the mains voltage source, I mean the electricity comes at our home, that actually changes its direction rapidly. Current moves in one way from which is in clockwise direction, and after some time it moves anti-clockwise direction. So this movement of the current from one way or another way is 50 times each second. It's very fast. In each second it goes clockwise 50 times and anti-clockwise 50 times. So the current also changes and the voltage also changes in this case. Okay, the voltage is increasing and decreasing during each interval of time, and the current also increases and then decreases in opposite direction and moves in opposite direction. So this also shows us the direction of current also changes. So in case of DC, current have the same direction. In case of AC, current continuously changes direction 50 times in 1 second. Number two, the voltage is constant in DC, but the voltage is variable in main supply or which comes at home, okay, from the power station. So that's why while the main voltage changes direction very rapidly, this makes the current flow forward and backward direction 50 times each second. That's why it is called alternating current or AC. I hope you learned a lot from this video regarding alternating current, DC current, and the major supply, main supply come at our home, and also the battery, how we can differentiate both the main supply and the battery as well. Thank you very much. See you next time. Take good care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.